episode 14. Yep, that'll do. Of What an Absolute Fit Show. How's it going, guys? And today I've got Scott and Katie on. They are vegan and they've been vegan for about 5 years. This is basically just their story and some of the challenges that they've come up across, and also some of the awesome stuff that they've learned along the way being vegan. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I really enjoyed chatting to them. They're clients and good friends of mine. So awesome. See you on the other side. What notes have you got?
I don't know,
I've just
'cause
got
I did them like 2
three
o'clock
vegan
yesterday
athletes.
morning.
What, you've actually prepped for this?
Yeah,
Oh,
but
fucking
not
hell.
really because I can't really read stuff. So, and I don't want to faff with all my paper. So, I'm
Oh, you got an
better
iPad, you
if you just
do?
ask me questions. I know. I think I doubt myself that I don't know stuff, and I do.
Yeah.
And it's just trying to explain it to you.
Okay.
But I've got a little few,
Yeah.
factual notes
So-
if need be.
What's the, like from your point of view, what do you want to get out of it? Why are you doing it?
What, vegan or the
No,
podcast?
the podcast.
The podcast, because you asked us to, and we're nice friends like that. You know?
Okay, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
So you've not got an agenda
Why have
No,
you got
we
your
just-
mic clipped onto your hat?
because it's cool.
That's how you do it. You know,
That's how you do it.
TikTok.
Have you not even been on TikTok?
Yeah, I've been on TikTok. I've never seen anyone clip the mic to
Yeah.
a hat like that though.
Who's clipping to it?
That's so funny.
Yeah. Do you want to wear my hat
I feel
and
like
you
an
can clip it to
officer.
it?
Oh, you'd actually give me a hat so I can look like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind.
Yeah.
I'm okay, thank you very much. I'm
Yeah.
quite warm after that class.
Yeah. Okay. What, mobility?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all that hanging
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I know. Can we just appreciate I just hung for a minute?
You did.
Yeah, you
That's
did.
the longest
You did
time
well.
I've ever hung for.
You did hang for a minute.
And now you can think you can win a teddy bear at Alton Towers.
I know, I can definitely win a teddy bear at Alton Towers
What?
now.
Well, you got hang for a minute.
No,
Yeah.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
The 2 minute hangs.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. You've not done 2
No.
minutes.
No, but you can do a minute, so that's.
What are you going to do? Cut a teddy bear in half for
It
you?
depends how much I want the teddy bear.
And don't forget the bars do spin and they're not equal. And
Well, never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Okay.
So, why did I want to do a podcast? Yeah, because you asked me. I don't know, it's a hard one. I don't really talk about being vegan unless I'm asked. It's kind of quite private and people have opinions.
Yeah, they do.
So,
Why?
I mean, I think it's just the unknown. And it is quite a radical thing. You know, a few years ago, if you'd have said to me, I'd be sat here right now talking about being vegan, I would have probably laughed. Like, if somebody had said to me a few years ago, oh, I'm vegan, I'd think, wow, how? Why? A crazy person. But life
Well,
just changes.
6 years ago, I didn't even know what vegan was.
Really?
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
heard about it till I went vegan.
Okay.
And for me, it was more for the fact that I was helping to support Katie going vegetarian.
Yeah.
And I thought that was too easy for me. I needed a challenge.
Okay.
So I looked a bit more into sort of the vegetarian lifestyle, the diet-wise of it. And I was like, oh, vegan. Let's do that then, because I'd have to think about it more.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, I have to, if I don't have to think about it, it's too easy. I lose interest. So I have to think about it. I have to look what I do, look what I eat, look what I buy clothing-wise or anything like that. So it's more of a challenge.
It's education. It's been a journey
Yeah.
of education, hasn't it?
And it's forever growing on us.
yeah,
We're always
definitely.
learning new things, or didn't know that about this, or didn't know that about that.
Yeah.
It's just fitting into your true self, who you want to be as a person.
So you started off as a vegetarian.
I did. So, I'll start from the start. then,
Start from the
I
start.
guess.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be vegetarian for ages. But growing up, my grandma was a big foodie. She taught me to cook, and I did talk to her about it once. Once I had like a conscious knowing of what meat was, and connecting that to, oh, it's an animal. And I had a conversation with her, and she was like, oh, you're not turning into one of those vegetarians, are you? And the look of disappointment in my grandma's face, I just thought no. And it was a bonding thing for us. Like, we used to go to the fishmongers, get the fish, come back, cook it. My dad's always cooked very nice food, and it just wasn't, I don't want to say it wasn't supported when I was younger, but yeah. So
Yeah, I get
then,
it. It's kind of built into like lifestyle and family.
yeah,
isn't
you've
it?
got
Like
to
you
have
said
that
before,
support around you.
for a lot of the time, food is like the main thing
Yeah, it's
Like,
social
like
as
you know,
well.
in the kitchen is where
Yeah.
people tend to socialise the most.
Definitely.
So you're almost by being the only person that is a vegetarian or vegan or got a different diet to the rest of your family, you're almost isolating yourself a little bit, aren't you?
That's it,
Potentially.
and especially being a child, like we're so fortunate now that our closest friends are vegan, and we can just be happy vegans together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been on and off. I've tried during high school, but then all your friends are eating McDonald's, and you think, oh, okay,
Yeah.
I'll have a burger too.
Yeah.
But then I consciously kind of really started to cut down on my meat consumption. Possibly, how old was I when I got with you? 21?
Yes.
And it was before that, so maybe 18, 19.
Yeah.
I sort of learned to cook with different alternatives like Quorn, Linda McCartney. Stopped eating meat as much, especially at home. My friends always laugh at me because I'm kind of the worst vegan. I never used to like vegetables.
Right.
So it was kind of
Yeah.
teaching myself to eat vegetables as well. Like if you'd have put a pea on my plate a few years ago, I'd have been like, well, no,
So
take that away.
you're talking to somebody here who I would really struggle to go vegetarian or
Okay.
vegan because I'm not a big veg eater.
Yeah.
I just don't really like.
And you've got it.
I just don't really like it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll eat it because I know I have to, but I need to know there's something else on my plate that's nice. I
yeah.
mean, is it? But I suppose it's how you cook things as well.
Definitely. Like, I really don't like mushrooms, but being vegan, most things are mushroom based. So it's kind of like you eat mushrooms or you don't eat it. So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of have to learn to like
You
it.
experiment with flavours a lot and
Yeah,
sort of
that's it.
seasonings and marinades and that sort of stuff.
And then it all starts tasting the same, then, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah, and you can disguise certain flavours with different seasonings and textures
Yeah.
of somewhat very similar to meats. Like certain mushrooms taste very meaty,
Yeah.
Oh,
even though
they
they're
do.
not.
Oyster mushrooms.
Yeah, so the oyster mushrooms are another good one.
They're good.
Fable mushrooms, they're incredible. They're
Yeah.
very much like a pulled pork
Yeah.
essence, so they give you that sort of texture. So if you disguise that with a bit of barbecue sauce, you still get the
You
same
still get
feeling.
like a pulled
Yeah.
pork. So, oh, cool. That's cool. But what do you think? Like, do you think it's more accessible now to be vegetarian and vegan?
It's
Yeah.
When
like,
I mean, how long have you guys been vegan?
so I've been vegan for around about 5 years, and when I
Okay.
first started, it was so challenging. You couldn't go out for a meal with friends. You
Yeah.
really have to pick a restaurant, and it'd be like a Malaysian curry,
Or a bowl of chips.
and that was it. There'd be nothing there for you. You go to supermarkets, you really had to
Oh,
think
shopping
about.
took ages,
Yeah,
didn't it?
my first shop took me 2 hours
Really?
when I was a proper vegan.
Mate, my weekly food shop takes me 2 hours because I just don't know where I'm going in the
Yeah.
supermarket.
Deliriously
know.
wandering
Yeah,
around the aisles, like,
yeah.
oh, this is
And
it.
now it takes me 20 minutes to do a full shop.
Yeah.
Because there's so much stuff out there.
That kind of comes into the fitness though, because we kind of try and eat on plan sort of in the week. You know, we have our vegetables, we have our rice, or swap it out for some sort of carbohydrate, and then we have our protein. So that kind of stays the same: the veg, the protein, the carb. So that makes it slightly easier as well.
Do you get what sort of like negatives do you get from people? Like you mentioned it at the start. Like when you say like, oh yeah, well we're vegan, and the people then go, oh, do you get judged on it? Do you think?
Yeah, like just I won't say where or when, but
Yeah.
you know, being at work, you constantly get offered chocolates, coffees,
Yes.
and someone is going to come at you and ask, "Oh, why do you not have milk? Why do you keep taking your coffee black?"
It's none of your fucking business.
Then you kind of, I won't come out with it. I'll kind of wait till I get forced into a spot where someone's really asking, why don't I want this chocolate? And then I will say, oh, I'm vegan. And I had a reaction the other day, and it was, but do you take supplements? Do you take vitamins? Because you know you're going to be deficient in stuff. You're not going to get everything from your food. And I just thought, here we go. I do take a multivitamin, but I've
Yeah.
always took that. You know, it's
Yeah.
nothing that I've changed. You know, I don't feel any different health wise.
Do you feel when you stopped eating meat? So first off, we'll go for meat. Like, what was the initial? What happened to your body? What happened mentally and physically when you stopped eating meat?
When I stopped eating meat
Yeah.
or went vegan,
When you stopped eating meat?
okay, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I felt better. My gut health got better. I was less tired.
Yeah.
I just felt better as a person, better in myself, and it sort of projects on the outside.
Do you think? Sorry, go on.
It's the same for me. Like when I stopped eating meat and dairy and stuff like that, I noticed no difference in myself. I still had the same energy levels, which I was concerned about. I was going to be tired all the time and stuff like that, but it didn't really have any effect like that.
Okay.
I very rarely take any multivitamins or vitamin D because I feel like I eat enough food and a variety of different food to get all my vitamins and sort of stuff like that.
You do it very well. You've always done it very, very well. I'm
Yeah.
not great at planning, but you've always been fantastic at that, haven't
But
you?
yeah, so I've noticed no like
Morning,
slump
Mr.
or
Magpie. Oh, there's two.
energy drop, anything like that.
Sorry. Just, have,
Bit
you
of
got, have you got to
Cluepass.
salute them or what? Have you got to salute a magpie? Go on, salute.
Ah,
Okay, 2 magpies is what? Bad luck? Oh,
no,
shit.
one is
One
for
for sorrow,
sorrow,
2 for joy, 3 for
Oh,
a boy.
2.
No, 3 is for a girl, 4 is for a boy.
Yeah,
But
something
I
like that.
don't think you're allowed to say it out loud then.
You're not?
Either way.
Either way, don't matter. Sorry, it's recorded now, down forever.
Hear them.
You definitely don't eat magpies.
No, I don't eat them magpies. I don't imagine they
Yeah.
taste very nice.
No, no.
Leave them to the foxes.
When you, so, do you think you started making healthier food choices when you went vegetarian and vegan,
No.
rather than
Point blank,
just,
no.
just because you've sort of got to get a lot more nutrients that you would like? Okay, let's go for protein, for example. If you're going to try and track your protein, do you find that it's more difficult now to get as
No.
much protein in?
No, I struggle to keep it under my
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
goal.
always go
Yeah.
over
Yeah,
time.
I
Got
can have too much
beans,
protein in a day,
lentils,
Yeah, but
pulses.
you eat a lot of food.
and
Yeah.
that's without taking
Just any
a
protein
supplement
powder
drink
supplement.
or anything like that. If I'm having a lazy day where I get up late in the day, I might take a shake. But normally through the day, I have no trouble hitting my protein goals
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Let me rephrase a question. So, because I went straight to protein, I didn't really want to go straight to protein. Were you already eating a lot of vegetables before you went?
Yeah,
Because you were, right? You
I've
you
grown
didn't
up
really
with vegetables.
Yeah.
I was just on the beige crap.
So did it? So there's always that thing of like not so much vegan, but like vegetarians. Like I'm gonna go vegetarian. Is that okay? Cool. And there's always that they think they're now then going to eat loads and loads of vegetables, whereas in fact they're just going to eat a shitload of bread, you know, and chips and that, and that's why, you know, it gets a bit of a, it can get a bit of a bad name in the diet world.
If you think about
sometimes.
it though, if you go home and you have meat and 2 veg,
Yeah.
you still have your 2 veg. You're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
replacing your meat
Yeah.
with a different alternative.
Yeah.
And like the chicken breasts, well, the non-chicken breasts that we have, they're nearly 20 grams of protein per breast,
Yeah.
and we'll have like 2 of them with some veg. It's keeping everything the same. It's just swapping out
Just
the meat.
swapping it out the meat.
Like once you kind of get, I know it sounds daunting and hard, but once you do it and you live it, it's quite easy, really.
Yeah.
It's not difficult.
I would like to replace some of my meat.
Yeah, you've asked a few
Meals,
times
I
for
have.
some hints and tips.
But it's so share those hints and tips.
So where did I start? I mean, I've you know me, I've not got a lot of self-confidence. I've definitely not got a lot of body confidence, but I can cook. I will say I can cook. So I've always been okay in the kitchen, but we did HelloFresh, we did Gusto.
Gusto is a great one because everything comes in one box.
Yeah.
Or just go on like a place like Instagram, TikTok, and the amount of
Yeah,
vegan
like,
recipes
say
you find
recipes.
on there is incredible, and it
Yeah.
gives you such a variety. And you can go from really healthy, really fresh to the complete like opposite junk food wise.
Yeah.
Like your tacos, your burritos, your dirty burgers.
Like you'll send me stuff on a Friday night. Can you cook this over the weekend? And that's just off TikTok or
Yeah.
Instagram, something
That's
like
cool.
that. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. That's awesome. What coming from a pricing point of view,
Oh wow.
right? So, like, has it made a difference? Yeah.
Yeah.
Again,
Is it more expensive? And why do you think that is? And do
it
you
all
think it's a marketing
depends
thing?
how you want to shop.
Okay.
So if you want to go out and get the process this and the pre-process that from all the top brands like This Isn't and What the Clock and stuff like that, you can pay a small fortune for your food.
Yeah.
If you want to do it sensibly and use a lot of pastas and a lot of vegetables, stuff like that, and use a little bit of these pre-processed sort of sausages and
The own
salmon
brand stuff's
steaks and
lovely
sort
as
of stuff
well.
like that, then you will. It's what you want it to be, basically. You can go really cheap. People do it on a very tight budget, or you can just spend a small fortune and just go for the pre-processed, expensive stuff.
Does it taste better?
It's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends how you cook it as well, I guess. But like we've been quite blind to how much meat is now, and we know it's quite competitive. And I don't know how much like the farmers will sell the produce for, but there's so much of it. Of course, it's going to be cheap. Like it costs more to produce the vegan food because
It's a
there's
limited
less of a
market as
demand
well.
for it. If there was more of a demand for it, then the prices would probably come down. But we know where to shop. We know what things we
My
do.
weekly workshop, and I eat 3 meals a week in a day in work. It costs me around about £50.
Okay.
And that's eating well.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's with some of my bits shoved on as well.
Yeah.
Snuck into the basket.
So that's with your milks, your rice, your vegetables, your fruit, some pre-processed foods like tofu.
Take into consideration as well, and I know I've said it just before. You eat a lot of food.
Yeah,
you eat a lot, right?
Yeah.
When I've looked at your calories and what you eat, I'm not surprised that you're not spending more than £50.
I eat 6 meals a day plus snacks.
Yeah.
Like I say, my day starts at 4:30. I go in with 5 Weetabix and fruit. Then I'll have sausage sandwich at 7:30, 8ish. And I'll have a big bowl of vegetables and tofu around 10ish. And I'll have a good sized lunch. And I'll have a snack at 3 o'clock. I'll have my tea around 5:30, 6ish, which is a good sized tea.
Yeah.
I'll have a snack again come 7 before the gym. And then 10 o'clock after the gym, I'll have either a shake or a bowl of cereal.
Tommy rumble.
I know.
So yeah, I do eat quite a bit of food.
Nom, 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 nom. I know, yeah. I would do. For me, I've eaten meat my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be. I don't think I could go cold turkey. Excuse the pun.
You've got,
right?
Yeah, that is always the point.
I was the same. I was a big meat lover. I'd go out. I love my burgers. I didn't eat a lot of steak.
Do you remember what turned us though? Do you remember we were on the way to Pizza Express and we were stuck in traffic, and we'd both been toying with the idea, and we were in traffic, and this big wagon pulled up next to us.
Big cattle wagon, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we could see them through the gaps, and they were just looking at us, and we just felt helpless. We just felt we've got to do something.
Well, you asked me where that's going, didn't you? I said, where that's going to get slaughtered. Like,
when you're face to face with it,
just
like
burst
that,
out crying, didn't you?
You can't ignore it. And we got to the restaurant, and we both ordered a vegetarian meal, and
that was
kind of it.
So sometimes you need a bit of a mechanism or something.
You've got to watch the videos. You've got to watch the stuff. There's a lot on Netflix.
Yeah. So I know you guys. I know you're not the sort of people that are gonna, in the same way that I would never want anybody that's a meat eater on a full diet to try and convince you to go back to eating meat, but I'm sure they do often.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. I know that you guys don't try and get other people to be vegan. It's just your beliefs, it's your lifestyle.
That's it.
We don't push it on people.
Yeah, that's all we'll do. We'll happily go out for a meal and sit next to people who are eating meat. We're not oblivious to the fact that we ate meat for years and years.
Tell me some of the awesome stuff that being a vegan allows you to do. Like, I've heard about you guys going to festivals.
Vegan camp out. Oh my gosh, best weekend of the year. We love the vegan camp out. It is so good.
One of the things that really resonated with me when you were telling me about that, you were like, you should come. And I was like, yeah, but I'm not fucking vegan. You're like, doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna. What do you think they're gonna do? Like, string you up?
We're just peace loving a field full of vegans,
Yeah. Like, what other sort of stuff? Like, do you get? Does it open the world to more and like different social, like 100%, friends? And have you made friends through being vegan, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna say especially like on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, it's mainly for like Instagram where you connect with certain people and you chat about like, oh, where's this restaurant? And it's more of a food way.
Right, okay, so there's like a community built in through social media.
Yeah.
And you know what, it's like we'll happily have a weekend. If our friends are off, we've both got camper vans, we'll happily travel a good few hours just to go for a decent vegan roast dinner. Like, we'll just travel and eat.
We'll add that eating with like activities, so we'll go out hiking first in that area, then we'll go out for a nice bit of food in like this new vegan restaurant or takeaway and stuff like that. So we do a lot of travelling around food based stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we add like fitness into that once we find that, just to give us something to do while we're there.
I think we're quite lucky with the food that we've experienced and that we can eat. It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been very good.
I suppose it's all down to whether you can be bothered to go and do that. Like, you guys obviously like food, you're
Yeah,
vegan,
there's not
so
a
you're
lot in
willing
our
to travel. There's not a
hometown.
lot around here
So,
to, and there's not a lot of people that probably resonate with you
okay.
Yeah. with that.
If you're in Manchester, though, Wholesome Junkies.
Yeah.
Ugh, incredible.
I mean, like literally where we are now.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
you've
but
got
like,
you'd
your
be
basic,
surprised. Like, you can go
Nando's,
Nando's
Papa
and you can
John's.
get
Yeah,
a
get
vegan
vegan
options.
stuff.
You can go McDonald's, you can get vegan options.
Yeah.
You can go the beef eater at the bottom of the road there. These vegan stuff on the menu.
trying
It's
the plants.
it's everywhere.
The plants are good.
Yeah.
They are good food.
Yeah.
Like, we're very fortunate to live in England and have the choices that we do for vegan options. Like, we've just come back from snowboarding in France, and it's a struggle.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing.
Really.
We lived
there.
off Oreos and
just no
French stick for a
infrastructure.
week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Vegetarians.
go to a restaurant and there's nothing on the menu for a vegan. You go out to the shop and you have to go back to basics. You have to go for the rices. You have to go for pasta. You have to go for fresh veg, and that's it.
Okay.
If you want
America wasn't great either, was it?
No.
To be honest
Is it
with you.
Is it
No,
not?
we were
That's a
expecting.
really surprising.
it was there, but it wasn't.
It was just like a hot dog or a
Yeah,
burger.
it's the very basics, but you could get
That's
it.
all.
Okay.
But
We
it was.
survived. We didn't feel healthy when we come back,
No,
that's for sure.
that's,
But we survived. And veg is really expensive over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of beige food.
Looking at it from a sort of legal perspective, do you think that, or I don't know what I've not done a lot of research on this. I probably should have done more having you guys coming on. But
Yeah, like
Is
cousin,
there-
be prepared.
I know, yeah, you've notes and
We
notes and
did
notes
the
that you've not even
effort.
looked at. Since.
I know, I haven't. I said that. I said,
I'm just going to
"Oh,
get you to
look at
read your
these
notes at the end and be like, listen, this is what she wanted to say. She's not said any of it yet. Is there a law in place where a restaurant has to provide a vegan
No.
alternative?
I
No,
don't know,
vegetarian
I could not tell you.
No?
No,
I
it's just
couldn't
down to
tell
the
you.
restaurant
It's just down
themselves.
to the
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
not been a lot of places.
But
that we've
there
been
is
where there's
sort
not
of
been an
like-
option.
Laws in place for allergies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they give you allergy breakdown, so you can just have a quick look
Yeah,
yourself,
or
see if
like,
there's anything.
religious side of it, that sort of meat side of it.
Halal.
I think there's
Yeah.
rules about that and rules about allergies, but nothing for purely preference.
What you have to
vegan,
have on the menu.
Right.
which is sad, really.
Yeah, I think they probably should be, shouldn't they?
Yeah, and again, in a lot of places you do find cater for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a directory or is there a community, like a hub, where you'd be like, okay, this restaurant does, this restaurant doesn't? Is there an app or anything?
Yeah,
that you can have?
there's apps out there. There's an app
like
for like the
Facebook
Happy Cow that
groups.
tells you stuff like what restaurants do what, or again, just Google and
Yeah.
social media. Basically, is it's a way forward with it.
You think it's getting better
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
the 5 years
Yeah.
that you've done it?
Yeah.
It's got
And it's more,
more
like
accessible.
more and more celebrities are going vegan as well. Like, I had a quick look last night. I didn't even know half the celebrities. I was shook when I
Really?
saw how many people.
Go on then, name a few.
Oh my goodness me!
Oh,
I
come on.
can't.
Well,
Come
like
on.
say,
off the top of my
some of the
head.
big ones
I've
you've
put you
got
on the
like.
spot now.
I
Sorry,
am.
mate.
I'm
Put you
gonna
on the
have
spot,
So
to-
you've
sorry.
got like Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
F1 driver. He's
Okay.
full vegan. He's been vegan for many years. You've got like sort of in the CrossFit world, you've got like people like James Newbury.
Yeah, James Newbury,
He's a fantastic
He's
CrossFit
an
athlete.
athlete. Look him up and see some of the stuff that he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
And then you've got a guy who I follow on social media called Chris Moore. He lives out in America. He's a vegan bodybuilder.
Okay.
Nehemiah as well.
Yeah,
He's
you've got Nehemiah.
inspirational. Joe Arnold
He-
Schwarzenegger. I think he's like 80% vegan or something
Really?
like that. Yeah. Big thing. You
Well,
know?
Nehemiah, who Katie just mentioned there, he was on the cover of Men's Health as the first vegan bodybuilder to win.
Okay.
And he's been vegetarian, vegan all his life. He's never ate meat, ever.
Right.
Yeah, he got brought up
In a
his story's
vegetarian
incredible,
lifestyle.
If anyone wants to, delve into him.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's good.
I've just noticed on your list that you've got other celebrities gone.
You've got like Billie Eilish and sort of
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
just saw
Natalie
Natalie Portman.
Portman.
I know, yeah.
Go Star Wars.
Kate Nash.
We like Star
like
Wars.
people that you don't even think about.
Yeah.
Or
Kate Nash, really?
Yeah.
Do you think?
Joaquin, Miley Cyrus,
Oh, yeah.
Pamela Anderson. I knew about Pamela. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Bit of smile. Oh, we've got Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and listen to the podcast. Yeah, Beyonce. You said about Lewis Hamilton,
Yeah.
Sia, Mayhem.
Ellie
I
Goulding.
can't pronounce. Oh, Ellie Goulding.
Stevie Wonder.
Hey,
Mm.
good. Bit Big Bang Theory.
Do you think there is a? I don't know how to broach this question really, but
It's
do you think?
fine. Go for
Do
it,
you think
Nick.
there's no? It's not personal to you. I don't want to offend anybody else that might
I know
listen,
this is
potentially.
such a hard thing not
I
to
know.
do.
Do
To
you
offend
think there's
anybody.
a social economic part of it? Do you think it's easily accessible for people that are wealthier?
No, I think it makes no
vegetables.
difference.
Do you think it makes no differse?
No.
Yeah, like vegetables are
think that's a
accessible.
fucking
Well,
excuse,
no,
isn't
they're
it?
not. That's a lie. Vegetables sometimes aren't accessible for people.
You think it's an educational thing?
It is, and I believe so strongly that they should be educating children in schools and showing. If they can show some of the stuff that they made us watch in high school, they can show films like Dominion.
Okay.
And I think it's a hard watch. I challenge anybody to watch it and not get upset or really think about what they are putting into their mouths. But yeah, I think they should educate children, and I think it's becoming more and more. You're hearing about like vegetarian Fridays, I think there's like a vegan uni as well, and a college or something like that. That's incredible, and there are like vegan schools out there that are doing vegan school meals.
Yeah.
But I do worry, like, say if we have a kid and it goes to school, is it going to get bullied? Is it going to be able to eat? You know, hopefully the world will have changed a lot by then.
Okay, a personal one. Sorry to interrupt you.
It's fine.
If you were to have a child
knew you
or
were gonna
whatever,
ask this question.
yeah, would you give them a choice?
Of course.
Yeah.
When it's old enough.
Yeah.
And if I can give it the education and it can come to me reasonably and be like, oh, you know, I know the facts, I understand, and it can tell me that it can comprehend it, and it still says to me, oh, I want to eat meat, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
You know?
That's exactly the same as I am with my daughter. If at the moment she's on a full diet, she eats meat, but if she comes to me and says, Dad, I think I want to be a vegetarian, I'm not like, oh no, I'll be like, yes, cool, I'll support you, whatever you want to do.
That's good.
Okay, let's go back to something I've been calling it this for the entire podcast, yeah. And it's in the comes from the medical world more than anything. You probably have to fill it in all the time, yeah. When they say, when somebody say, are you on a full diet, meaning, do you eat meat, right? Somehow stating that by not eating meat, that sort of says that you're losing something out of your nutrition, doesn't it? So is that a term that you disagree with? In the vegan world, is it something that people sort of fight?
I just feel like you've got people that do just live off like a beige diet, and that's fine, you know, as long as somebody's eating and surviving. I feel like with the range of veg and how diverse our diet is, you know, we're not having blood tests every 2 seconds. Who are you to say that we're, you know, deficient in anything? Like, if we're healthy and strong and we're living our life and thriving, then why are we deficient in anything?
You're vegan. You're coming to the gym 5 times a week. Yeah. Yeah. So you're coming to the gym, like, just coming to the gym.
Yeah.
And having you know what I mean? And having been active, going out on hikes. Like,
that's it. We work like, you know, 12, 13, you work like 16-hour shifts sometimes, and we've still got the energy.
Then we come to the gym after it.
Yeah. Like, how is our diet any less healthy than somebody, say, who
providing you're putting the right food in your body, regardless of what it is, it's fuel.
Yeah.
Providing you're fueling your body well enough, there's nothing stopping your body achieving what you want it to achieve.
The apps that we put in for our food, we know we're getting what we need.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So it's just you just got to do a little bit of research, but then everybody should do a little bit of research on what they eat, shouldn't they? Shouldn't just be people.
Yeah, you shouldn't just
following a certain,
eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's it. And you know, it's 2024. It's because it tastes good. Nah, that's not going to fly anymore. You know, educate yourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. So, if anybody's thinking about trying it or going vegetarian or vegan, what would you recommend for them to do? What would be their sort of first steps? Is there any particular books that they should read, or a particular Instagram or TikTok accounts that they should follow?
You've got to know why you're doing it.
Okay.
Because if you don't have the built-in foundational reasons why you're doing it, you know, is it for the animals? Is it for the world? Is it for your health? You've got to know why you're doing it.
I mean, I've not asked. I assume I know why you guys are.
Why do you think?
But I've
you
not
tell
asked.
us. Why do you think?
I'm not going to, because I know.
Come on, it's okay. Speak free.
First off, before I will ask you, but if I ask
why
you,
are you
it shouldn't.
Come on,
It shouldn't be anybody's real business, should it?
It's fine.
Really,
it's okay. We're
but
happy to
you
talk.
know, so okay, I'm going to guess it's probably because of the animals, right?
Mine was initially.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped eating meat. The
Yeah.
vegan is again so much for the animals, but also for the world. People, it often kind of gets covered up, and people aren't really aware that the number one polluter for the ocean is actual agricultural runoff, not the plastic. Plastic is a close second, but it's agricultural runoff.
Okay.
And the bycatch, you know, for eating fish, the effects that that's having on the ocean is just devastating, and people just aren't aware of it.
eventually the fish will run out of the sea will run out of fish.
Mhm.
Like if you watch certain like documentaries, like Seaspiracy, for example, which is on Netflix, it's fascinating documentary to watch.
Yeah, the facts that they say, like the world's livestock make up 65% of the nitrous oxides, and pound for pound, that's 300 times more damaging for global warming than CO2. And people just don't know about it.
The salmon they produce up in Scotland, they dye them pink because they're grey when they catch them and breed them.
Okay.
But people won't eat a grey fish, so they dye them pink just so they make them look attractive and appealing and look nice on your plate.
And the water consumption, like raising animals alone, is responsible for like 30% of the world's water. And that's just, you talk about saving water with these certain appliances, washing machines save water, shorter showers and stuff like that. And the equivalent of eating one burger is something like 2 months worth of showers, one hamburger.
Really?
And yeah, honestly, watch Seaspiracy and Cowspiracy.
Cowspiracy, they're all on Netflix.
I've not watched any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think just to educate myself again, maybe I should have done some research, guys, and watched a couple of movies at least.
Yeah, and also the land that it takes to rear livestock actually takes up 50% of the world's land surface area. It's pretty crazy when you think of it like that, and that's just to raise the food that we eat.
Yeah. I think, from my perspective, on that what you've just said. We were never really, I don't think we were ever really designed to eat meat with every single meal, every single day. As like hunter-gatherers, we weren't designed to do that.
Yeah, you ain't going to go out and kill a woolly mammoth every day, are you?
Just be like, right, that's me for the day, that's breakfast.
Yeah.
We were grazing, and now you've got population. And even up until 50, 60 years ago, people weren't eating meat every day because it wasn't readily available. People couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Now, population is huge.
Yeah.
And the industry to make it so that people can have meat every single day has had to grow with it.
And that's another complaint that people, that's another thing that people use against us. Oh, we're hunter-gatherers, we were supposed to eat meat. Back then, people did that to survive. We do not need to consume meat now to survive. The world's moved. We're not the Neanderthals that we were back then. We've evolved, and our diet should be evolving with us. We should evolve with the earth as the earth grows.
I get that. I understand that. That's cool. I think everybody's entitled to their own
wrong opinion now.
Wrong.
Yeah. That's what you're going to say.
Yeah. Everybody's entitled to be an arsehole and eat meat if they want, right? But no.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you meant that about us.
No. Not at all.
No, I'd never say that anyone's wrong.
No, nobody's not. Everybody's got their own.
As long as you survive, and doing your bit. And it's not about being a perfect person because, we walk and tread on bugs, and it's not about being a perfect person. It's about going to bed at night, feeling better
there's certain things that we can't help, like we drive cars. There will be some sort of animal in here, whether it's my steering wheel, that's what it's made out of, or anything like that.
Yeah.
We fly across the world to travel.
Our products probably aren't all vegan. Our clothes probably aren't all vegan.
But we do try to help as much as we can with like certain stuff, like my walking boots. I made sure they were vegan.
Okay.
What we can, like my toothpaste, my deodorants, anything that we can do, we will do.
Yeah, skincare products and stuff. We will try. I'm going to burp, Nick. I'm so sorry.
Go on, just do it. Do you want to put it right? I'm going to put the mic right up against you.
You scared it away.
Oh, okay. When he comes back, let me know.
Oh, goodness me.
To be honest with you, you'll probably get away with it because I'm probably going to wrap it up.
Yeah,
because I like to keep these ones quite short anyway. We've been going for 30 minutes. So, quickly, is there, like I said before, anybody that wants to maybe give it a go, or where can they get them? Dominion?
Seaspiracy, please watch Dominion.
Yeah, even like sort of like The Game Changer.
Okay.
It's a great fitness documentary all about vegan athletes on Netflix.
Yeah, You Are What You Eat on Netflix.
Yeah,
as well.
You Are What You Eat.
That's more like health side of it and stuff. That's got crazy results. That has.
Okay. And if somebody was looking for support, who could they? If somebody was looking like, okay, I want to go vegan, but I'm a little bit confused, right? Obviously, you've spoke for about half an hour on here about different tricks and different things you can do and how you got into it.
I mean, you got to take some responsibility for your own education, your own self. It's so hard if you. Sorry.
It's basically like, nah, mate, you're not getting no support. If you want to do it, you got to fucking do it yourself.
No, like I said, we are very fortunate to have people around us that do support us,
Yeah.
and our friends are vegan. But you know, we didn't even know. It was just the fact that we'd all gone out one day and we kind of mentioned to each other, and we were like, oh, no way! You know, you gotta know why you're doing it. Do it off your own back. If you've got people around you, fantastic. But just look into it. You know, hashtag vegan, people.
Hashtag vegan.
It's that easy.
Awesome. All right, guys. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
Yeah,
I feel like
see you
you're
on the
still
next one.
going. Yeah, we're next vegan.
Yeah.